Welcome guys, I'm Josh, a web designer. Now today I want to show you how to do this crisscross crime scene banner that I've got here. So how this works is on scroll, the top is going to move left and the bottom is going to move right, and on scroll back up, it reverses. So if you'd like this for your website, it's really easy to do. I'm going to use Elementor free so anyone can follow along. If you want more, I am based in a whole website for YouTube based on some of the GSAP effects. I've done this video before where you can get these 3D flip cards. I've also covered the video mask here with the police lights. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's go ahead and start at the same place together. So what I'll do here is I'll delete our section that we're going to make and we'll make it from scratch. Great, so let's start building. First thing I'm going to do is add a container with a flex box with a vertical arrow here. After you've added your container, make sure you go center with justify content and then center on a line as well. Then I go to additional options here and make sure the overflow is set to hidden. That's really important. Let's go ahead and add our first CSS class. So our first one here in order is scrolling text container, and then we're just going to paste it in there. Now inside this container here, we're going to add another container, just like that. And for this one, again, go to additional options and then set the overflow to hidden. And on the advanced here, our next CSS class is going to be our scrolling text container, and then within this we're going to add our heading. So if you click the little plus icon here and then click heading, you're going to add your heading in here. And again, if you go to advanced and get our next CSS class, which is scrolling text, and then just paste it in right there. For this next part, what you're going to want to do is if you go to where the container is, so not the heading but just the one before, and just duplicate this. Now for this one, if you just go to the heading, so the second heading here, and go to the advanced, and then use our CSS class here of scrolling text 2, replace that, and now your CSS classes are all set up. Next up, you're going to want to go ahead and style your text here and input some text. I'm just going to type in crime scene do not cross repeatedly over and over again. Now we do it a lot of times like this because it's all going to stack on one line, so you want as much text as possible so it doesn't run out on the scroll. Again, I've just pasted it into the bottom there, and I'm just going to style the text. All I did to style the text was change it to Roboto 42 and then 600. Now what you can do also is go to the advanced and then go to transform and hit skew on the left hand side right here, and we can skew it to the right side here, maybe 2 or 3, and then on the bottom one I'm going to do the opposite. So we've got advanced and then go to transform and then go to skew, and then for this one we're going to go the opposite way, so -2. Okay, and now all we're going to do simply is click our 6 little dots on our main container here, add an element and type in HTML. HTML should sit below everything. Now simply just go ahead and copy and paste the code that I provided for you in the link below, like this, and you should see that it's now changed how it looks, right? Another thing, we need to add a new container below. So again, just for now, vertical, and make it a view height of around 100. There is one last thing we have to do. So if you go to the main container and then you go to edit layout and then change it from box to full width, now when you publish and give it a view, it should look pretty good. Right, so in our case, all we need to do is just fix the bottom one here and we're pretty much done. So if you go to our second heading here, the one that we named scrolling text 2, and you go to the transform. Now this time if you go to offset and you offset it by -1000 pixels, click publish. Now go check, and that should have sorted. All that's left to do at this stage is just to give it some style. So let's go ahead and do that. What I'm going to do to style first, real quick, is just go for the main container here, click on style, and then give it a background of yellow. So something like that. Now what I'm going to do is head to the border. I'm going to select a solid border here and then make it black. I'm then going to remove the link values together and just focus on the top here, which I'll give 5, and the bottom here, which I'll give 5. So one last thing, just to get it to look a little bit closer to our original, if you head to the main container again and just remove the gaps and make sure it's set to no wrap. You can also do the same for the inner containers. So if you go to layout, you can remove the link values together here and the same on the bottom one, and just make this 0. It's looking exactly how we want it to look now. Yes, it does work on mobile as well without changing anything. Other than that, I hope you've been able to follow along just fine. If not, leave me a comment down below, tell me what's up, and maybe I can try and help you out with it. But if not, feel free to go ahead and check out some of my other videos, especially the previous one with the video mask or the 3D flip cards that I was showing you. Do subscribe if you want to see more that you can use for yourself on your own websites and projects. Free to comment with any ideas that you have for future videos or whatever you want to see. Hope you have a great day. Cheers guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.